All right, what are we gonna call this podcast?
The Odyssey Chronicles?
Odyssey Chronicles?
Yeah, man, those are just two very dramatic words. That sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, but
I mean, you got
then we gotta make a fucking stupid like fucking cool intro, and I don't want to do all that.
All right, so just to make sure that you do that, we're gonna throw the intro in right now. There's the intro right there. You gotta make that dramatic ass intro now.
Damn.
Alright. So my name is Thomas.
And I'm Jeremy Odyssey. And welcome to Odyssey Chronicles.
Yep. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Alright, okay, that works. Alright, so yo, what's up guys? The name's Jeremy Odyssey. And
my name is Thomas.
And we're working, and this is the podcast. It's called Odyssey Chronicles. Cue the intro music.
Name like you, a cool last name that's not real. By the way, if anybody thinks his last name is Odyssey, it's not.
It's not Odyssey.
No, his name isn't Odyssey. He's just trying to be cool.
Don't worry. Like the last episode of this podcast, I'll inform you on what my last name is. But we will give lots of hints.
Yeah, like I'll just throw in a random letter from here and then, like, oh, his last name has a Z, which it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Alright, so Jeremy Zebra, fuck, what's that supposed to... Yeah, we'll take that part out. So, let's talk about our day today. What interesting stuff.
Shit. What interesting shit happened today?
Yeah, so you start off with how your day started, and I'll throw in how my day started in a second.
Alright. Just letting you guys know that we're recording this directly off of one microphone with no stand, and Thomas is holding it in his hand because it's taller.
Yeah, I feel very bummy. That's just the way it is. And also that disturbance in the audio that you're definitely hearing is during popping mints in his nasty, disgusting, unclean mouth.
Would you like some?
I would like some mints. I'm not gonna lie. So how'd your day start?
Oh. Alright. So my day started off, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go mix with Justin. And then I did that. And then I finished the outro, I think, to the EP, and it's pretty dope. My thoughts?
Hold on. We didn't even mention that we're musicians.
Oh yeah, I make music sometimes, it's whatever.
Yeah, same. That's pretty much it.
So like oh, okay. Wait, what do you have anything to add?
Okay, yeah, this is gonna be the most awkward podcast that has ever existed, and I am okay with that. If the whole Odyssey intro doesn't pan out, we can call it the awkward podcast. That's cool too.
It's too late.
Well, I guess it's Odyssey. That's just how it is.
It's too late.
Alright, how did my day start off? I start off waking up to a call from like my best friend at college. By the way, I go to college. Jeremy comes to my college as well, even though he's not a student.
I'm not registered. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, so he just comes and nobody says anything.
I'm not registered. Please don't tell anyone.
I thought you were forced to register when you're a sex offender.
I'm not.
Alright, so Jeremy comes to my college sometimes too. So I was just hanging out with my friend and I see Jeremy. Do you think we should use names? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use names.
Cynthia.
And sure. So I'm gonna use names. And if it turns out to be a problem later, we can just dub over it.
No.
Yeah,
just
man.
not use names because I don't want to dub.
I don't know, man. You just used the name Justin. That was probably that guy's name.
Yeah, but who cares?
Alright, so I was hanging out with Cynthia. And we were watching I don't even know what we were doing. What the fuck we just hang out and our day kind of blends together. We were gonna pick out some classes so we can have class together next semester. But before that, we were just watching Netflix and having a good old time, like we do pretty much every day. And I was walking.
Are you guys like a thing?
That's a complicated situation, and you know it's a complicated situation. That's precisely why you asked it. I know you asked it. I understand. I will say not at all. We're just people who hang out and we're cool. I see the face you're making. You're gonna do some fuck shit. What are you planning right now?
I see. I had no plans. What that reminds, complicated things like in relationships, like what?
Don't fucking worry. You know that this is an issue. There's nothing going on, I guess. Nothing's going on. Really.
I guess.
Dude, Jeremy, you're making life hard.
Stop.
Alright, so me and my not girlfriend Cynthia, we were hanging out, and oh yeah, I saw Jeremy. I wasn't expecting to see him. Usually he comes to the college when I call him, and he's like, "Hey, come over, let's have fun, just hang out, smoke crack." But I didn't do that this time. He just kind of showed up. And I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" And then he was walking with Justin, and they were walking to the back of the library so they can go mix. And as I saw him, I was approaching him, and I was like, "Hey, like, what's up?" And Cynthia was there, too. And Jeremy was, like, waving, but he was also continuing to walk away. I was like, hey, I want to,
Because I know that I don't want to answer any questions. I know it's like fucked up on my side, because I mean, like, yeah, I keep walking and I know that I have to talk to people, but like sometimes I'm just like, okay, I gotta mix this track. Oh, look, it's Thomas. I'll wave at him. All right, now I'm gonna go mix this track. I'm not necessarily, it's not that I'm necessarily intentionally thinking, oh man, I don't give a fuck about nobody, fuck these niggas. It's more or less just I'm focused on one thing, and I'm very one track minded, and when I'm focused on one thing, I stay focused on that one thing,
which is not my existence, right? It's the existence of anything and everything that's not me, because I'm the unimportant extra friend, right?
No.
That took a long time
That's
to
Cynthia.
say no. That took a long time to say no.
No, you're not. Because you're the only person I fucking like know like that at the fucking college next to Justin. Yeah. And Justin I barely even see there half the time. It's what fuck, I should stop calling him Justin. Alright, for the continuation of this podcast, I'm gonna be calling him Lil Yellow or just Yellow. Alright.
Oh, that's why when he was calling,
that's his rap
that's
name.
Yellow. Like you saw a message from her or something. Hey, look, it's Yellow.
Yeah, that's his rap name.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Yellow were mixing our stuff. Yellow likes to make love songs and stuff because he likes bitches, but bitches don't like him, just like me. Yeah, I'm salty. Fuck you.
This is sad. It's really sad because it reminds me of like in 8th grade and before. I just always wanted a girlfriend. I wanted somebody to hang out with, somebody to flirt with, somebody to kiss or whatever. And then they wouldn't like me, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm just awful. And I just felt really bad. So like, yep, I like bitches. Bitches don't like me. I was like, that was me. That was completely me. But I'm okay now.
Some 8th grade kid can relate now.
Yeah.
Who's probably not listening to this, but he's probably thinking about it.
Alright. So, if you're in 8th grade, I want to give you a couple pieces of advice. 1, focus on your classes. People will come and go, but you have... Your 8th grade grades, they don't matter. But you have to get used to getting good grades so that when you're in high school, you can get great grades, And then you can get a 4.0 and you can transfer to University of fucking Japan. I'm sure that's a thing. So... That's important to be able to get good grades. People aren't, because they're going to come and go. I know, personally, 0 people from my middle school.
Fuck school. Fuck education. And fuck everything. Fuck school, nigga. If you're in 8th grade, drop out. make a mixtape, and die. That's your life, nigga. Peace out.
So you see what path that he's gonna go down. I'm gonna teach you how to go down a better path. So that's the first thing. Don't worry about. Focus on school.
He's lying.
And secondly, people will change. You know, you'll be able to interact with people better. You just need practice and you need time. Shit's gonna suck. It's really awkward in 8th grade. Like Jeremy here. You want to talk about your boob poking story? Your story about
Yeah, there was this one girl that I liked a lot. Her name's I'm gonna call her Ashley. Anyway,
she does not look like an Ashley.
Who does she look like then?
I don't know. Alexis maybe? Alexis fits, I think.
The Baptist Church.
Baptist Church.
I'm gonna call her Baptist Church.
Okay.
So anyway, me and like Baptist Church were really cool. Because, we had, like, lots of stuff in common. And we talk all the time in a science class with a small group of people. It was me, T-Dog, and this other guy called St. Nicholas. We'd all be sitting at a table and we all have lots of good conversations. One day, me and Baptist Church decided to have a relationship because, it felt like, yeah, that's the right thing to go. Normally, that's how all things are supposed to go.
Yeah, it's just, if you're hanging out with somebody and you like them a lot, that's typically what happens, even if you don't understand how romantic feelings really
Yeah, like, it was like that. So, like, what I was like is, what I'm going to do is, try to figure out what a boyfriend is. Because I don't know how to be that. This didn't happen in 8th grade. This happened, like, somewhere around 7th or 6th grade, I think.
Yeah.
But, like, I was, like, I guess I was still in elementary mode. And I wasn't, like, on the same page as everybody else in that sense. Like, in the maturity aspect. Where I understood properly, all right, then. How do I be a boyfriend? I know exactly. Yeah, it was more or less like, okay, I think being a boyfriend is just being like a really super good friend.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just like talk to her a lot. I'll sit by her at lunch sometimes. And also I'll buy her a cookie every now and then if I can.
That just reminded me. I used to really, really want a girlfriend. Back in like 6th grade, 7th grade specifically.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, it's like a girlfriend is just the goal. But now that I think about it,
That's
I didn't understand.
Yeah, I don't think like nobody. I think when you're in like in middle school, you want a girlfriend because you see it on TV and shit, and you like man, and you see people in happy relationships, and you're like that's something I want. But then you don't fully understand. Okay, what do I do on the other end of that relationship? Yeah. So it's like here's what I'm getting to. So there was one time where I was like, damn. I think I'm supposed to be doing more as a boyfriend right now. So what I'm gonna do is I don't know, I'll poke her on the titty or something. So when I saw her, she was walking with their friends, right? And I saw her, right? And I was like, all right, time to spice things up. So I ran up to her, right? And I poked her in the titty. And then ran away real fast. And then I think she was so confused. Because I don't think she knew what was going on at all. And I was just like, yeah, I did it, guys. And I'm like, dog. And then, like, when I was done, I was like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's exactly how you should
What's wrong? It's too late. I can't go back and apologize. I don't want to even look at her now. So, I mean, I did it. So, like, after that, there was a specific moment that I remember. Like, we continued to talk, but I think we broke up somewhere along the way. Where she dated this other guy. He's one of my best friends. And he used to wear Joker shoes. So I'm just going to call him the Joker.
Okay.
So, the Joker was one of my best friends, too. And I was cool with him dating, like, the chick. And it was through him that I was like, okay, this is how you be a boyfriend. I guess I'm supposed to take you on dates. I guess I'm supposed to kiss you and shit. And be comfortable with your existence all the time. And it's not that I wasn't comfortable with her. It's just that I didn't know how to really react to anything. Yeah. Like, I was just kind of new to the whole idea of a relationship since I've never actually been in one. Yeah. It was more or less something that I was like, okay, I guess, like, I'll figure it out when I get there.
And then you didn't.
Yeah, so it's like, Yeah, I just poked her titty. But I mean, I hope that she understands, like that. Like that's not what I wanted. So like, if I see her again, I'm gonna show her this podcast so that she understands that I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Anyway, what happened afterwards was like we continued talking after we broke up. We were still good friends, and even though it was still like very awkward every now and then because we see each other in class, but we still talk and stuff like that. It was still consistent.
What just happened?
Oh, I'm eating the mint.
Oh, that was a really weird list that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, it was hard. So like it was graduation, and the fuck was I gonna say? Yeah, it was like graduation of like I think 7th, 8th, or like 6th grade.
It was probably 8th grade, I would assume, right? 'Cause it was later on in the story.
Everybody was dressed up for something, I guess.
I don't think there is a 7th grade graduation.
I think you just go. Stupid. I don't know. Something happened. I remember like so like I was like yeah. So it probably was 8th grade. Dang, bro. It's whatever. No, it wasn't 8th. It couldn't be 8th. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Anyway.
Okay, so in blank grade graduation.
Yeah, in blank grade graduation. In blank grade graduation. Not graduation. Baptist church decided, yo fam. She saw me like cause I was about to leave with my parents. My parents like were like, yo man, you want to stay at school or do you want to like go home? And then I was gonna say go home because I don't want to be here with these coons. Yeah. So like I was gonna leave, and then like it's your bumper room beep beep. Baptist church was like, yo fam. Is it cool? Would you like to go to class or are you? And I looked at her for a long time, and then I looked at my parents. Then I looked back at her, and then I said, nah, I'm gonna go home. But I'll see you later. And I waved bye.
You didn't have to say those last words. I think she understood that by you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna go. I think she understood that means like, I don't want to be around you. I am choosing. I have the option to be around you or do literally nothing at my house. My options are be around you or sit in my bed and look at my phone. And you chose your phone, and I think she understands.
Yeah, and that was the weird part was that was not the mindset that I had. I was just thinking of bye as, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go home. I wasn't thinking of it in any deeper context. It was just like I just felt like going home because I didn't want to go to class anymore. I was done, and I think, and maybe there's like low key was some like like me being like I want this to be deep or something like that, or I don't fucking know. Maybe it did mean something to me at the time, but like from what I remember, it was just like I wanted to go home and I had an option, and I just picked the option to go home because I didn't want to be there any longer.
Here's why I think it probably meant something to you that you're not acknowledging or aware of, because you remember it extremely clearly to this day. That doesn't just happen with just like pointless memories. I don't remember what happened on my first day of 7th grade when I untied my shoe and then tied it again. That's not a memory that I have, So if you have it as a memory, it's probably
it's like it's probably something important. So like I mean, if I dig deeper, then maybe it's like, oh, I felt jelly or something like that, like or I felt like just what was that? Oh, okay, maybe it's like I felt jealous or about something. I mean, they weren't dating when we were like in the graduation or thing or whatever it was, the 8th grade like a grade move on ceremony shit. Mm-hmm. But I mean, cause like they broke up like I guess later along that same, I guess like week or month they were talking about it. So it was a quick breakup.
That was a bad relationship. That was pretty short.
I mean, I guess.
Well, there's middle school relationships.
I mean, according to like to Baptist church, like Joker was like a really good kisser, and he was really nice, and he made her feel right, and I guess like at the end of the day that's all that really should matter to me and stuff like that. But it doesn't like ever. There's never like really a moment where I'm like I wish I could have done or been a better, or knew what a boyfriend was at the time, so that I could have been a better boyfriend at the time. And if I wasn't like if I wasn't so like not only like easily influenced by people at the time, Because, you know, like, when you're in that age, you want to just fit in and not get made fun of. And it's hard to not get made fun of, like, when you're in a class with people who just, that's all they do.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt, like, half the time when I was there. Like, I couldn't even breathe when I'm, like, or do anything if without it getting passed around the school as me being, like, an asshole or a weirdo.
Did you feel like you would get judged for going out with Baptist church? Like, do you
Yeah.
think that was
I felt like that all the time.
But it's not her fault. She's the size of a church. She didn't choose that.
Yeah, no, I know that. And it's like, so, and it's not like I'm sitting here like, yo, it was probably twice as hard for her in reverse to be talking to me, because not only, like, she had somewhat of a reputation. No, she had somewhat of a reputation there.
And you're
my reputation there, yeah, I was a loser. Yeah. My reputation there was that weird kid that would every year, like, almost traditionally find a way to call himself gay. Forever. Like, if you said something gay once there, they'd be like, that nigga gay. And you can't escape. You can't escape. You can't run away from it. Dog, you can't leave. You think, dog, you just can't run. Even niggas who you don't think no.
I had a situation.
Dog, it's hard. It's just hard. It's hard to be alive and exist like that. And maybe, you know, if I was, like, more mature at the time and I understand what I understand now, then I guess we'd be cooler. And then that, like, the relationship would have worked out. There's never a chance where I'm like, oh, man, there's always a chance where I wish I could have gone back and I could have taken things, like, better. Yeah. Because now I have the knowledge and now I know what I'm doing, and I'm like, yeah. Now I'm like, okay, cool. I wish I could just do it over again. But that's not going to happen. So, I mean, in the meantime, if it does, then with the next person that I run into, I learn to accept her, like, not learn, you know what I'm trying to say? It's more or less like I'll know how to handle shit like that again.
Yeah. Do you think that if you get a call, like, tomorrow night, just like at 8 o'clock from Baptist Church, and she's like, hey man, I just want to let you know that you hurt me, but ever since, like, way back then, I've been thinking about you a lot, and I want to know if you'd want to try to do something again, like go on a date. Do you think you would say yes? But take in mind that she's still the size of a church, and you're going to go out to the mall in front of a lot of people. So what do you think that your ability to judge people based on appearance has changed? Or, like, your ability to hide from judgment or whatever, you know?
No. I think I'm still the same way, and I'm still trying to learn how to, like, deal with that. So if she did approach me with that, I would accept it just to see what would happen. And if we had to go to the mall or something like that, then I would, hey man, I try to make it work. I try to push. I said fact. That's the funny part. It's whatever. What happened was that there was a long section where, like, Thomas kept laughing at the fact that I said push fact, but he thought I said push fat because Baptist church is a bit of a big church.
Yeah.
But anyway, if the opportunity came to me again and she was like, I want to make things work out, then I wouldn't mind it. I think it would be a cool opportunity to see what happened. Maybe something cool might happen this time. Maybe things might go better. Maybe things might be a lot smoother. Maybe something new might blossom out of this whole thing, or not.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's always like, you know, why would I let go of an opportunity like that? If I had to go to the mall or had to go outside with her, I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's just like, what? I swallow my pride. It's whatever. Fuck it. You have to kind of learn how to deal with stuff like that, because it's like, if I want to be a better person, then you got to push past shit like that. And I don't want to make this seem like, oh man, dating her is an obstacle, and I gotta. I don't want it.
You're making it sound exactly like that, though. You're like, I would have to swallow my pride, which implies that this is something that would damage your pride. You know what I mean?
Huh?
You said you'd swallow your pride, which means that this would damage your pride to, like, be in public with her.
I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
That's not an explanation at all.
I don't know how to feel right now. Like, I don't know how to respond to this question. Like, I think I do.
You wanna just think about it later and move forward?
You know, I'll just end it like this. I'm still a terrible person, so no. Okay. I'd probably be like, yeah, I'd date her, but I'd inform her that, like, you know, we got to make some changes here. I'll make some changes. You'll make some changes.
You gotta cut down on the amount of members that are
I'll cut down on the amount.
Right?
I gotta cut down on the amount of members that are allowed in the church, and in return, I'll work on, like, becoming, like, a better, more fit person, so that it's not just, like, a one-sided all the time. Because I don't want it to be like, oh snap, I gotta change for you, nigga. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, what? All right, cool. She's now like let's say, like, hypothetically in this situation, she's like all thin and shit like that, and now, like, I'm still a skinny stick person.
I think she has the, like, curves in the right places to be a very attractive person. Like, I think she's attractive the way she is. But if she were to lose the weight, I think she could become a very conventionally attractive person. You know, everybody else would think she's attractive as well. But she's not. You know, as long as I've known her, she's been upset about a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff has been on her mind. She's been a very whatever, you know. She's been a very active person. But I've never once heard her say, I'm going to lose some weight. I don't think I'm a healthy size, so I don't think she will.
In that case, then you just gotta kind of get used to that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I were to get in a relationship with her, realistically, I would have to get used to it.
So, is there anything else you want to say?
What do you want to say?
I want to talk to the 8th graders again.
Okay.
All right. So, if you're in 8th grade, I also want to mention something that fucked with me when I was in 7th grade or 8th grade, something about that. Your dick will get bigger. It will. It's not done. You might think it's done, and you might think, well, I just got a small dick for it. It's not done. Because I had a small dick in 7th grade, and now I'm very satisfied with my dick. So just hold out. Nobody has to see your 7th grade dick. Just stop. Just wait 2 years, and then start showing people your dick. Only if they're in your age group. Don't show it to kids, and don't show it to old men or women. But you know, your dick will get better. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You got any tips for 8th graders?
To all the 8th graders with curved dicks, I asked my doctor about it. He said, "You're straight. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
So, I guess if you have a curved penis out there, unless it's stupid, like your fucking dick does a straight hard turn to the fucking left or right, then you need extra help, nigga. You need all the help you can dig. If your dick is bent,
all the help you can dig.
if your dick is bent, to like fucking 360 degrees, nigga. Yeah, you can't fuck anything. You need help. But if to all my niggas who have just, like, slightly curved penises, my man, it's cool. Nobody's judging.
Also, here's a good test to figure out if your dick is weird. If you look at a banana and your dick curves significantly more than the curve of that banana, that's when there's an issue. If your dick curves about as much as the banana, that's like the line. You know, if you curve more than that, you should be worried.
To make you feel a little better, because I did a lot of research on it when I was a kid. Scientifically accurate that well, it's not accurate, but it's a fun fact that if you have a curved penis, you can hit spots in the pussies that I guess most guys can't. So hey man, I guess that's cool. You want to feel a little better about yourself.
You could also work on tightening certain muscles. You just flex your dick up and then poke it. That's something else you can do.
That doesn't work. I tried it.
Alright. There's alright. There's nothing.
Sometimes your dick is just forever curved, and you are cursed with the curved peenie.
What else is okay? I guess I just.
No, I have a better question.
Okay.
So, like, all right, like I said, how do you feel about attraction and stuff like that?
All right.
Like physical attraction and stuff. Not just like physical attraction, more or less like, just when it comes to relationships.
My general thing for that is I don't want to sleep with anybody who I don't want to wake up next to.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
If I wake up next to somebody, I'm like, this person's an asshole. I have to wake up and then I have to make them breakfast and they're going to be like, yeah, I don't like eggs. And I'm going to be like, fuck you. That's not the kind of person I want to be with,
I can't, it's more like, with me, not only do I want to be with somebody who I can look at, just like how somebody, same in reverse. I feel like people should go out with people that they can look at and tolerate.
Yeah.
Like if you can't kiss the person that you like, and you can't even like fucking and you can't talk to them or have any type of conversation with them whatsoever, then in my opinion, I don't think that person is for you.
Okay. I have an interesting hypothetical based on that.
Yeah.
So let's say you find somebody who you can look at, right? Somebody who's attractive, not like supermodel gorgeous, but pretty attractive, and they're an awesome person, and you're attracted to them romantically, and they're attracted to you. You start a relationship. Everything is honky-dory. That's such a stupid saying. Everything's awesome, right? And then all of a sudden, she has a house fire, and then her house like mostly burns down, but it's able to be saved. But then you're like, oh, you had a house fire, I'm gonna come visit you in the hospital. And just like, she's just two-faced. She's two-faced now. Half her face is just burnt to ash, and you can look at her, and then some part of her face will fall to her shoulder. Like, would you break up with her from that thing that's out of her control?
Shit, I don't know. I'd just be stunned. Like, I'd walk in there and I'd be like, oh my god, you're alive? Because, like, dude.
She's two-faced now.
Yeah, it's gonna catch me off guard for a while. But, like, I'll try to work around it. If me and her had, like, an established relationship that's been pretty long, and we've been doing this for a while, and we've been talking back and forth for a while, and we really do have something, then I'll try to work with her through it.
What's the cutoff point, though? If you've been dating for 2 months and then the house fire, like, that hasn't been long enough, you can just be burnt.
No, if it's like, oh, we've been dating for, like, about, like, a week, and then it's like, oh, man, shit. Like, that's me personally. Like, if it's like, we've been dating for a week and shit like that, all right? And then out of nowhere, out of the fucking blue, a house fire happened, and then, like, your whole entire face was burned off. Then I'm like, I'm sorry. We're not established.
We're not established.
You see how much of a dick I sound like now?
Yeah, man.
Because it's like really hard. It's really hard for me to like talk about these types of things like looks and shit like that, because it's it doesn't sound important. Like, looks don't sound important. Like, the idea of being a good person, or the idea of being like, oh man, it's ideal for you to love somebody just for who they are and shit like that. That's like the message that they like to spread around. And it's like, to be honest with you, there's a lot of things that come with that. That's kind of difficult to do. And I'm not saying, and that shouldn't make anybody, like, I guess, a bad person in a sense. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying this off of preference. Like, of course, if I was like burnt from like the fate, like, dude, I'm sorry, I'd end my career. I can't do my rap shit anymore. I can't do most of the stuff that I want to do. The only thing I could probably do is filming, because anything that involves you to visually look at me and find me visually appealing is now taken away. So my brand and me as a person is gone. You can't do that anymore. Yeah. So you're going to have to just hope that, okay, I'm looking at his music and I'm just going to try to accept, because that's going to be difficult. I don't want people to go through that. So in response, if the roles were reversed and I was in the same position, I would understand if she broke up with me, because it's like, damn, dude. I mean, I don't want to sit here and hold you back like the whole time. And there's like some people out there who are really good people, and they're like, man, I'll stick with you for thin and thin, and I'll be like, that's cool. I understand.
So both thin and also thin?
Yeah. Wow. I'll stick through you like thin and thin, but like, I wish I was one of those people. But right now, currently at this point in time, I'm not that type of guy. Maybe like in the future, if something like that actually happens to me, and like I know how to I'll probably deal with it like better, and I'll probably understand better how to deal with it. But I'm currently at this like stage in my life, I don't feel that way.
Okay. Do you know what a Valkyrie is?
No.
A Valkyrie, from my knowledge, is like a female warrior from like way back in ancient something, right?
Yeah.
So when I was dating this ugly bitch named Valkyrie, so I was attracted to her based on the fact that I thought she was cool. It's like, yeah, she's ugly. I know she's ugly. I didn't say I know she's ugly, but what I would always say is, I know that people don't find her attractive. But she was ugly. But it's just like, I understand that. And hold on. What just happened to you? What just happened to you, Jeremy? A bug just flew on Jeremy's forehead, and he just squished it between his fingertips. It's just in the middle.
I'm tired of flies thinking they're faster than me. So I used my speed to grab him while he was on my head, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're dead now.
Alright, so anyway, when I was dating this ugly bitch named Valkyrie, so over time, as the relationship progressed, she became less and less likable, and then we had a breakup that wasn't explosive, but you know, it was a breakup nonetheless. But I don't regret the relationship. I don't regret trying, because I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, she was unattractive. That's not important though. What's important is the fact that I felt attracted to her personality, which existed. So my question is, if you were in my situation and there was a girl who was like, yeah, I mean, she's pretty cool, I think it's somebody who I'd get along with. It's the kind of person I wouldn't mind waking up next to, but you know you're gonna get shit from like all your friends. Like, would you date that person?
If we're talking about me in 8th grade, then no.
What about we're talking about you like now?
If that's what I'm saying, if we're talking about me at that point in time, then no.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like me currently, then if I find her attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I find her attractive, and I also like who she is, then I'll date her. Like regardless of what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if I don't like, my point is, if I don't find you attractive, and I don't, but I think you're cool, then I mean that's like, I don't know, that's like, that doesn't, shit, I don't I don't want to be an awkward ass nigga and try to force myself around you.
Yeah.
All right. It's kind of like similar with like the Baptiste church situation, where it's like I liked who she was, and I also liked how she looked.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just didn't like. I was already getting enough shit, so I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to like even fight. I couldn't even fight for myself. What made you think I could fight for you? Mm-hmm. So it's like, dog. Like in return, if back to like if I could go back in time and she did call me back on the phone and say I want to work things out, then I would. Because like genuinely, I do care about her, and I hope that she's okay. And it would be really cool if she let me know. I wish I could like word things better so I don't sound like an asshole. But I mean, hey dog, the only time I feel like I can speak properly about anything is just in music. So I mean, hey, I'll probably talk about it in the song. And maybe I guess you'll understand that way. But for now, I guess you can take like my few words of what do I call that?
Assholery?
Yeah, that assholery.
Yeah.
And just go with it. I'm sorry. Shit, I don't know how to feel about that. Like I don't know, man. It's awkward.
Yeah. Okay, so you put me in an interesting position as well, because I would date somebody who I find physically unattractive, regardless if I find them attractive or not physically. But I'm trying to think if it's related to sympathy at all, because a lot of people would be like, oh, that's a pity date. You're only dating her because blah, blah, you know, because you're like, oh, she doesn't have anybody else to date. I might as well give her the shot. But it's kind of not like that. It's kind of like I want to give everybody the shot. I talked to my friend Cynthia about this, and then I told her I would give literally anybody a date. If somebody walked up to me who I know either very well or almost not at all, and they were like, hey, let's go on a date, I'd be like, alright, where? And I would be okay with giving anything a shot. And if it develops emotionally, I'm willing to start a relationship. But it's like I just had a thought, like, what if there's this girl who's really cool, but whenever I look at her face, I go flaccid. And not just normal flaccid, but like inverted flaccid. Like I'm like, oh, that's so bad. Oh,
Change genders.
Oh,
Fucking go back.
What happened? I thought faces had two eyes. What's that extra thing on the side of your head? No, that's not right. You're going too far. But if it's just somebody who's really bad, you know, then I don't know.
Looks matter immensely. Looks matter. It sucks, because I wish I wasn't like this. I wish that, like, hey man, I was the type of guy that could just do anything and be with anybody, and I could just look past all that stuff and just look at who a person is. But I'm not that type of person. I'm a regular human being like everyone else. So in response, not saying that you aren't, because I mean, like, dude, you're like nicer than the average person.
Oh, I appreciate
so
that.
I mean, it's
even
like
my first impression was
no,
evil.
like even your first like his first impression was evil. That's a whole different story. Like
Yeah,
I
we'll
would say
get to that
Thomas is
later.
like Thomas is more like a, how do I say this? Like he's more willing to let go of certain things than I am when it comes to that type of stuff in relationships. So people who are similar to me and people who are like me, you're not fucking trash if you feel that way. No, you're not trash
no,
if you
you're
feel
not,
that way.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't want you to like think you're you're fucking top tier and you only deserve the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like those niggas, I don't know. Like I think that's like the mindset that most people have. Like, oh man, I'm too good for this chick. I don't want to fucking date this low class bum bitch. I'm too good, and like I fucking that's one thing I don't like. I'm just saying, date your preference.
Yeah.
If you like, so like I don't want you to go like Thomas. I really don't want. I don't want you to do. Come on, Thomas.
You want me to specifically not call you out on this next thing you're gonna say? Is that
Like what?
On? I don't know what you're gonna say yet.
No, Thomas. I'm saying if you run into a girl with 3 eyes,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Thomas, man. If it's making you flaccid, Thomas, you gotta stop.
But I mean, she's cool.
Yeah.
When I sit
but
down,
if you look at her, and because she's probably gonna want to go. Eventually, you're gonna run into the opportunity or the chance where you guys are gonna want to take things up a notch. And she's gonna look at you, and she's gonna be like, with her third eye and her like misshapen face, and she's gonna be like, "Fam, I wanna fuck." And then you're gonna be sitting there with your flaccid penis, like, I mean, can't we just talk it out? And then, I don't want you to go through that. That's not. Cause like, dude, see the disconnect.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, even if we want to act like this type of shit doesn't matter, and that we really just relationships are purely like or just like a how do I say this, like a spiritual, I guess, and all that stuff. It's more than that. It's also sexual. It's sensual. It's also based on feelings. It's the feelings in all ways, not just like your emotions. So in a sense like that, I'd say, like, again, if I'd rather you date somebody that you can look at and that you can also be with and talk to, because that way that person doesn't feel like, okay, he's kind of just forcing himself to be with me, and I'm very appreciative. I appreciate the fact that he's doing this, but damn, am I really that bad?
That's true. I never considered that, but you're right. If it's a situation where it's like I'm with somebody and they got their weird third eye on the side of their face that's not supposed to be there, and I'm not attracted to it, and they know I'm not attracted to it, they're going to think that it's a pity date, regardless of how I try and interpret it and twist it in my own way. They're going to be like, oh, so you're with me, but you don't want me. And I'm going to be like, well, sorry. Just can I cover your third eye up with some tape? If you give me some tape, maybe I could get at least half chub.
Half chub.
Half chub.
Take like a bit of the folds under your neck. Just
take the folds on the neck and just take her fifth chin and then put it over her face.
Take your fifth chin and then take your fifth chin, just tie it like a little knot. And then there you got a little bow tie.
Oh man. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know, man. We know what, as somebody who is considering or trying, I guess, to make a podcast, I should really work on transitions.
We're not good at that, so we're gonna talk about something else now. Speaking of pussy.
Oh, I do have a question regarding that. Okay, so, because we were talking about, how important sexuality is and physicality and stuff. Would you fuck a girl who was, like, she was relatively attractive, she was really fucking cool, but just the inside of her pussy was just, like, scaled? Like, it was just like a reptile. And it did not feel pleasurable.
I would talk to her about it. That's one of the things I would bring up.
Yeah, and then how
because that's one of the most... I would just be like, okay. So I put my dick in, right? And I felt like an alligator. So I just want to know... not trying to be rude, but You got anything going on? 'Cause I want to like. I mean, this is just me as a person. I don't want to go all in there and catch something, just in case you do. 'Cause I like, dog. I don't know. Like, I don't want to catch some shit.
What if she just has alligator pussy and she was born with alligator pussy?
If she tells me, "Oh, I was just born with alligator pussy," and then that's just how my body is, then I mean, like, all right, cool. But if she has a disease that makes your fucking private, it's fucking scaly, I don't want it. I don't want to have to. Why do I have to like be cool with that? Like, I just have to be like, oh man, I gotta love her the way she is. Oh no. And now my dick has fucking scales on it because I'm a fucking asshole who doesn't know how to ask questions. And I'm a fucking So in response to that, that's how I deal with it. Like, I just ask her about, like, I would bring that up. That would be one of the things that I would bring up before I do anything. Do you have any? Is there anything that I should know about you now?
Oh.
That I don't. Because I'll inform you on everything. Like, if I'm talking about, like, my privates and shit, my dick, my balls, my scrote coat, all that shit. If you want to know about that, then I'll let you know. Tell me about it now. I just want to know now beforehand, so that when we do something, I'm not all like, oh, surprise, Five Nights at Freddy jump scare.
So, wait, when you first said, I would ask her about that ahead of time. I thought that you meant you just walk up to her and be like when you're leaning over her in the heat of passion before you penetrate, you're just like, you got alligator pussy though? Tell me you don't got alligator pussy.
Late, though.
I'm not going in if you got so alligator late. Pussy. Just tell me the truth. If you got alligator pussy, we can cuddle. We can watch. Just tell me.
If she lies to me the first time, because I'm gonna ask her like on a date or something, because I know how like conversations go with me. Eventually, they do get sexual. Yeah. So like
right now on the podcast.
I tend to talk about like that because that's shit I guess that I'm open with a lot talking about. So, yeah, that's one of the things I bring up. I'll be like, hey, is your pussy scaled? Or do you have any of the STDD? And from there, she can answer the question. She can be like, well, I don't know, maybe.
You know, I just had a flashback to a moment. There was this girl who was sucking my dick, right? And then she stopped sucking my dick, and she was like jerking it off, and she looked up at me and said, do you have anything? And I'm like,
it's too late.
My dick was already in your mouth. I don't think you should be asking at this moment. Maybe, okay, I don't have anything. I'm going to answer your question. But one, my dick was already in your mouth. Yeah. Doesn't matter. Second of all, this is killing my boner. Let's not talk about STDs right now. Let's handle this before or after.
Be asking you this question.
Yeah, man. But that was a weird moment.
It's giving you the top.
It was a really weird moment. She just pulled it out, just looked at me with the head of my dick just next to her face, just like, do you have anything? Like, that's not the time. But yeah.
Can you give me a code name?
You don't know her in any way, so ask what the fuck was the code name for that other person? Who's the short person? Is my friend?
Who?
Cynthia. Okay, ask Cynthia about the witch. She'll tell you about the witch.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's also this other girl that I think is pretty cool. Mostly because she has nice tits.
Oh yeah, I know her actual name. If you want to know it, because I don't think you know her actual name.
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Jeannie.
Yeah, it's Jeannie.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, I shouldn't have said it was close. Now people are gonna look up what are all the names that are close to Jeannie. They're gonna go at. You know what? It's Jeannie. Don't worry about it, okay?
It's Jeannie.
It's not important.
Jeannie has nice tits, and if Jeannie knows, you know what? I don't even care. If Jeannie ever watches this podcast, I want you to know that I think you got nice tits, and it'd be cool if you gave me a picture. And in addition to that, what you said, her boyfriend's like
her
7.
Boyfriend's like not 7 feet. He's not 7 feet tall. In reality, he's like 6'5".
I'm cool with that. All right, I'm sorry, but she knows the repercussions.
She knows the repercussions of having big tits.
He has to know. I'm sorry. But I gotta be that nigga.
It's okay. I'll tell him. I'll tell him later that you want to.
So like I'm saying, I would like to see it. I would like to see her tits. I'm not asking her to send me pictures. In a sense, I'm not. She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. But you know, if I'm just sitting at my house one day and I stumble on some nudes, I won't get mad. I just be like, hey, yo fam, these are pretty nice.
Well, on that note, I think this is a good time to say that the podcast has to come to its conclusion. It's I guess pretty good length. What else?
Fucking motorboat them shits. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking skeezer. I'm a fucking skeezer.
Is there anything you'd like to plug, any of your social media or anything?
My SoundCloud.
Oh, that sounds so fucking lame. Why does it sound so lame when you say it?
I like my SoundCloud page. My Instagrammy, my SoundCloud.
Okay, say what it is.
Shit, hold on.
You.
Yeah, you can check me out on SoundCloud, Jeremy Odyssey. You just type that into the SoundCloud search bar. You'll see me appear there. It's Jeremy Space Odyssey. Please don't type the name in combined. You will not get anything important. Don't be stupid.
You're making the other Jeremy Odyssey feel really bad.
So?
Alright.
He's not as good as me.
Alright, if you say so.
Maybe. He might be like an Eminem ass nigga. And then I'm like, oh man, he's not better than me. He's like, oh really? I'm like, oh what the fuck? But anyway, Jeremy Odyssey, that's me. You could find me on Instagram, Facebook, books, SoundCloud, YouTube, all under the same alias, Jeremy Odyssey. You'll see my stuff, aka High South God.
YouTube is the Jeremy Odyssey, right?
No, you can type in Jeremy Odyssey and you'll still get me there.
All right. Should I put my music Instagram or should I put my like personal Instagram?
Your music Instagram, because that's.
I have a music Instagram.
Yeah, so put your music Instagram. Don't put
Alright, man.
Your personal, nigga, the fuck?
So my personal Instagram is my music Instagram is chill CHILL _acoustics. I don't do anything on that. I don't really use it. But I know I should do a lot of stuff. So I'll start using it more probably, maybe. I'm not making any guarantees. But it's a thing. Chill _acoustics. Follow me if you want to message me in the DMs, you know. I'm okay to that as well. Anything? I don't think there's anything else I really have to like plug. I'm not really special.
In conclusion, big titty genie. Oh my god.
Cynthia? You got anything to say to Cynthia? Because we're probably going to show her the podcast.
Oh, Cynthia? Yeah, what's up, Cynthia? Jeremy, don't say anything you regret.
Okay, moving forward.
Sexual thoughts. I'm just playing around. Yo, what's up, Cynthia? Stay safe, eat your vegetables, don't die.
And 8th graders, really, your dick can get bigger. It's not over. I swear.
For some of you.
Yeah, some of you guys are
just doomed to have small penises. Maybe it's because you deserve it, low key. Or not. Some of you guys don't deserve having small dicks. But hey man, if you got a small dick, take pride in something else. Bigger doesn't always matter.
Alright, anyway,
it does.
It does. It does most of the time. But it's nice. It does with height too. People don't like short guys. Okay. Anyway, sorry, short guys.
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Jeremy, just because you're short, you can't save this.
Yeah, I can. Short people. Some short people are cool.
5'2" doesn't mean that you can get the same pussy as a 6'2" nigga. It's not working.
I can.
All right, man. So, thank you all for joining us in this podcast.
Fuck giants, nigga.
Jeremy likes to fuck giants, you know, and midgets. Should you talk about that publicly? Do you have a midget fetish?
Midget fetish? I know I have a midget fetish.
Alright, so we're not gonna talk about that in the podcast.
You're an asshole.
Alright, I will see you in the next podcast, hopefully. I don't know how consistent this is gonna be. But all right. I guess just goodbye.
See you later, alligator. This is all for Odyssey Chronicles.
You gotta throw in a dramatic outro now, and it can't be the same as the intro.